back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. Good morning. Today is a Taurus full moon. As I'm recording this, it's November 5th, 2025. If you're having nightmares about November 5th last year, same. Alright, so V for Vendetta is coming through. Remember the 5th of November. Highly recommend everybody go watch that movie for some insight. Alright, here we go. We're using the Yin Yang Oracle for this one. That's Marley. Hey buddy. Can you see yourself? It's the courage to change. It's the only card that's creased. Alright. Let's see. It's early. It's like 6:21 right now. Oh. What's our first energy? Mercury. Oh, Mercury retrograde happens on the 9th. So we're already in the pre-shadow period. Mercury messages, travel, communication. Obviously, if you've seen the news, travel is being impacted right now here in the United States because of this government shutdown, cause and effect. Alright, everything happens, has an effect. So people aren't being paid and people are not showing up and flights are not able to go. We have cycles, change, and completion. There's intentional kinks in the system right now from the powers that be. Right? Ooh, we've got ego, vanity, and pride, and earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Today is a Taurus full moon. I did a full moon reading yesterday using the Moonology deck. No, it's too bright. Anyway, and that's all about creating a practical plan for whatever it is you're planning, you're dreaming. Right? Ego, vanity, and pride. We gotta be careful with our egos, especially in a narcissistic society during a civil war. Be careful with your ego. Be careful with the way that you're moving. Pride can be really detrimental to not only you, but your relationships with others, right? If I encounter people with large egos, I have no desire to be around them. I use that as a learning moment in my own life of like, is this a reflection of me? What do I need to work on? Because I don't want to look like that, right? Kind of a way. I just did a reading, it's uploading right now, called Ground Your Visions. So with this earth energy coming up, it's kind of a big theme. Earth energy is about your relationship to the earth around you, which includes, like the plants, the animals, the environment you find yourself in, how you take care of that piece of the earth. Are you stewarding, or are you extracting too much? Are you littering? Ask yourself those questions, especially for those of us who aren't in the northern hemisphere. In this time of fall, I think it gives us a good space to reflect on nature as we are witnessing nature like dying around us. But again, it's just a cycle of death, right? It's in order to create space for a rebirth. It's not because something went wrong. So with that, I'm also getting there could be a need for an ego death. I think there's always a need for an ego death, quite frankly, in this society. Vapid. I'm getting that word from 10 Things I Hate About You. They use this word, vapid. What does it mean? Offering nothing that is stimulating or challenging. Yeah, I have an ego death. We have karma, balance, and justice coming out, followed directly by reunion and soul ties. So there could be some balance within relationships around you. Maybe you're in a space of space. Maybe you're in, season of space, I think. My eyes are really bothering me because I wore really fine glitter on my eyelids yesterday, and a lot of it got in my eyes. So, also I'm getting a leg cramp. I need to put that down. Oof. Sometimes you feel your age. Alright, let's see what's up. I think this reunion could also be speaking to, after you have a couple of ego deaths, you also find yourself again. You become whole, you reconnect and heal with your inner child. I thought I saw a card going the opposite way. Guess not. So reunion to your own soul after you get your ego in check, you know. With Mercury in retrograde, past lessons are in people and relationships have a potentiality, more than likely, to come up in some way. Communication and technology get weird, so practice patience. Mercury retrogrades last for 3 weeks, but there's a 2-week period on either end of that for pre and post shadow periods. I myself was born, my natal chart has a Mercury retrograde in it, so I'm not very affected by the actual Mercury retrograde, but the post shadow period, that 2 weeks after the fact, I get hit hard. So start to recognize we have 3 Mercury retrogrades every year. So start to recognize those patterns that come up. This is obviously the last one this year. And then we get to start again probably in, March? 4 months or so. So every 4 months there is a Mercury retrograde. 2026. Yeah, February 26th through March 20th is the first one next year. Then one in the summer from June to July, and then October to November. But right now, here and now, we get to experience it. So whatever you don't clear out this time, pay attention towards the end of February and most of March. Pisces season. What is affecting you? Pisces is all about going deep and killing your ego. So good luck with that. Might as well start now. We have remembering and awakening. We also have third eye and clarity. Those two go pretty hand in hand. Again, work on your consciousness. Your ego is a protection. It's like I don't know. I'm not a Freud fan, but Freud, actually, I fucking hate Freud. Freud had an idea about the ego, like the id, the ego, and the superego. I think it's all bullshit, but if you feel like looking into it to understand yourself, perhaps it's a place to start. I think more often than not, the ego serves as a protective layer of bullshit to keep people away from your actual feelings, your mushy-gushy inside. Is my kid awake? Oh my god. How rude. I kept him up for 2 hours extra last night. Okay. We have an unexpected storm with temptation and deception. I'm very upset right now. I was hoping to get until 8 o'clock, but at least we got 2 readings in. Somewhat. Be careful about people deceiving you or being tempted by things that could be potentially leading you into that. Tower moments are a chance, again, for us to find our own balance and karma, which is out here. A lot of tower moments also are the prescription for an ego death. So pay attention to what you're doing and how you're moving, and allow yourself to release yourself from any toxicity patterns. things that are keeping you bound to these cycles that you know need to end, right? Allow yourself to end cycles as they offer themselves for ending, right? That's an interesting visual. I'm getting like a walking the plank on like a pirate ship. Allow yourself to be able to make the call on when it's time to make moves, make changes, pivot. That Friends episode with the couch, pivot, right? You don't need to do necessarily a large change. Sometimes that's what's best, but most of the times it's a pivot, and a lot of the times it's a mental pivot of even just having a different mindset about bullshit you're going through. Right? Like, what is this, not that mentality, it's what is this trying to teach me versus why is this happening to me, right? When you can get out of victim mentality and get into a more playful student and teaching energy with the universe, it's a game changer. It makes life a lot more enjoyable. Like I mentioned in the other reading, I'm frustrated right now because everything I keep offering isn't being... I still feel very invisible in my 3D reality, which I'm really trying to get out there, but trying to do it on my own terms. And so a lot of the times I'm like, you know, it makes me reflect on my self-worth, which I don't really think is the intention. But I do believe that I am being forced to rest more, and that's something that I'm not very good at. I said I was going to be very much in my feminine energy in this fall, and I haven't been, but I'm starting to really rest. I'm starting to really relax. I'm trying to be open to receiving, but it's hard for me. It's very hard for me. I am a master manifester, so being in my feminine energy, and I feel stuck, but I'm not stuck. I'm just meant to be receiving right now. So allow yourself to kind of do that inventory for yourself, see where you're at, what you need, what's being asked of you, and really focus on your relationship to, you know, whatever it is you believe. I'm going to try and get 2 of these pulled before this kid comes rocketing out of this room. Wish me luck. I think I'm going to be laying in bed again for a little while. I'm happy I was able to get out here. He's very disruptive when I do readings around him. And it makes us all mad, so I had to sneak out. Okay, dreaming. You spin your webs in faith, hoping to catch a break. Every action is met with a miracle, even if you don't see it. And I think that's the thing too. Allow yourself to trust in whatever process you're in, right? Again, we have to get out of our ego in order to do that. What is that light from? There's a little light dancing on my thing right here. Where is it coming from? Oh, it must be a reflection from one of... Why is that moving like that? It's weird. Okay, progress. Even if you stumble and fall, the steps you take move you forward. All you need to do is get up again. And this is the dreaming card. And last we have aspire. Accept what you have while taking a stand for what you really want. Unforeseen forces are helping you succeed, and spirit has your back. Have a good one.